Hello, this is Hawk from Helpful Hawk Healing, and we're honoring human hearts. Today, we're going to discuss who I was versus who I am. Now, here's the one thing I know. Everybody has a story. What's your story? When I was an addict, I was a real piece of crap. Okay? If you hear somebody tell a story from me or about me, realize that I spent 50 plus years of my life living unconsciously, living in sociopathic codependence. Realize that that story may or may not be true, but every story has some basis in truth. You see, there was a time in my life when I would drink, I would get drunk, I would black out. The next day people would say, hey, tell that story, sing that song. What was that joke you told? You were the life of the party. Then I had a life event that lasted for quite a few years. And about 6 months into that life event, people started telling me who I had to apologize to. Once I moved out of that life event, it took about 2 years. I was still drinking. I was still blacking out. I was still telling those stories, singing those songs. People were asking me, what was that joke? Hey, you were the life of the party. You were so entertaining. But the fact of the matter was, I was still unconscious. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some steps here. And then at the end, I'm going to give you 2 of my favorite things as a favorite bonus. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Because I guarantee you, if these things helped me become who I am and are still helping me become who I'm stepping into, I know they can help you. So the first thing you have to realize is that you are enough. If you weren't enough, prime creator, source, God, whatever you want to call him, it, her, it, whatever, or even if you don't believe, it doesn't make any difference. You would not have been allowed to incarnate on this planet if you were not enough. So I want you to repeat after me right now. I am enough. And I want you to repeat that from here. Not from here. From here. Let's take this logic, bring it down to feeling, and let them inform each other. Because this, your heart, sends more to this, your brain, than this sends to your heart. So let your heart inform your brain. It's the feeling that matters. How does it feel in your heart? I am enough. The next thing I want you to repeat after me is, I love myself. And I know this goes totally against what everybody says. Oh, that's narcissism. No, narcissism is when you have to love me in order for me to feel full. Whereas an empowered person loves themselves enough that their heart is so full it spills out onto everybody else. So I love me enough that I can give it to you freely. The next question becomes, what do I do with that love? What do I do with it? Well, I'll tell you what. I am whole and complete within myself. How do I know this? Because I'm part of this universe. I'm part of how this world works. I'm part of how the whole universe works. Oh, look, hey, I just changed the universe. People say, well, I ain't changing nothing. I'm just going through my day. Well, go through your day. But every single atom in your body, those little electrons, every single thought you think, every single move you make, every single breath you have, you pick up the salt shaker and move it across the table, you just changed the whole universe. The whole universe. Every moment your body is alive, it is changing the whole universe. Now you might say, that's nothing big. I'm not doing anything important. If you weren't doing anything important, you wouldn't be here and there wouldn't be people around you. So yeah, you are whole and complete within yourself. Everything you need is within you. So repeat that after me. Everything I need is within me. Everything you need is right here. One of the greatest spiritual masters to ever walk the face of this planet, according to Sri Sri Anandamurti, a great spiritual master, the most compassionate being to ever walk the face of this planet, whether you believe he existed or not, Yeshua, Jesus, whoever you want to call him, the Nazarene, the Nazarite, whatever, doesn't make any difference. The message was, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and God is love. Or seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. And then he brings it back to the kingdom of God, or the kingdom of heaven is within you. It's right here. It's right here. So where are we so far? I am enough. I am whole and complete within myself, and everything I need is within me. I love myself. And now I get to rise in love with myself, because to fall in love, everybody says, oh, I love falling in love. What happens when you fall? What happens when you fall? It hurts. Stop falling in love. Start rising in love with yourself, and you cannot help but rise in love with everyone else. You cannot help but give your love to everyone else, because you become so full and you realize that you're a walking embodiment of love, that even just walking through other people, walking around this world, you can find little things to be grateful for, and just love yourself so much that people walk up to you and say, hey, you're awesome. The more you start complimenting other people, hey, I love that shirt. Hey, great smile. Ooh, those earrings are awesome. Hey, Walmart employee, in case nobody told you today, thank you for doing what you do so I can eat, so I can have clothes, shoes, toys, movies, so my children have somewhere to bug me about, hey, can I have this candy? Can I have this cookie? Well, they're men now, but still, I still buy them cookies and toys, because I still buy me cookies and toys. So let's go through this now, and I want you to repeat this after me, and then I want you to repeat it to yourself 10,000 million times a day. Take your hand and put it on your heart. Take your hand and put it on your belly, right where that vagus nerve comes down, the two most powerful feeling centers in your body, and say, I am enough. I love myself. I am whole and complete within myself. Everything I need is within me. I am in love with myself. And now, as a special little bonus, you get to marry yourself. Now, maybe your marriage is open. Maybe your marriage is not. Maybe even though you're married to yourself, you enjoy partnership temporarily with others. That's your business. I ain't here to judge your walk. For me, what it means is, hey lady, you want to swing on it? You better put a ring on it. That's right. You want to swing on it? Put a ring on it. My kiss is my request for you to be my girlfriend. And I have 5 steps, and I'll cover those in another video, of how my relationship, my dream relationship, works. And now, as I said, a couple of little bonuses. My favorite book by Dons Jose and Miguel Ruiz, The Fifth Agreement. Now, many of you have already heard and probably read The Fourth Agreement by Don Miguel. Well, Damiel has a son. Actually, he has two sons, Damiel Jr. y Don Jose. Y Don Jose es un estudiante perfecto. He took his father's steps, his father's four agreements, and he found the fifth one. Another great book. It's simple. I believe it's 19 pages. It's called A Guide to Human Conduct by Sri Sri Anandamurti. It's the yamas, how we interact with the deity or the universe, extraversially, and the niyamas, how we interact with the deity or the universe, introversially. So now then, one last time before we go any further, I want you to repeat after me. I am enough. I love myself. I am whole and complete within myself. Everything I need is within me. I'm in love with myself, and if you want to, I'm married to myself. And that's bringing your yin-yang, feminine, masculine, into union, which is what yoga means. Yoga means union. Now here at Help a Hawk Healing, honoring human hearts, that heart center, that's where your strength comes from. It's in the feeling. You gotta feel it to reel it. You gotta believe it to see it. And in this world, we're taught to see it, to believe it. When I get it, I'll feel it. Maybe there's just a little bit of backwards teaching there. I might be just a hick from Kentucky, which I ain't a hick. I was born in the city, although I can imitate them pretty good, I think. The fact of the matter is, folks, I am enough. I love myself. I am whole and complete within myself. Everything I need is within me. I am in love with myself. I'm married to myself. So, thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following me on Facebook, either at Help a Hawk Healing LLC page or under my given name, Jefferson Burton. If you want to contact me for session work, whether individually or groups, I'm a hawk. Hawk at helpahawkhealing.com. I am enough. I love myself. I am whole and complete within myself. Everything I need is within me. I'm in love with myself. And if you want to marry yourself, there's a great TEDx talk about marrying yourself that a lady did that inspired me to actually sit down and write and verbally speak out my marriage vows. But I guarantee you, if you put I am enough on 3x5 cards on all four walls of your house, in every room, ladies, write it in lipstick across your mirror, get it tattooed on the inside of your arm if that's what you need. Put it on post-it notes everywhere you go. See, here's a little secret that a lot of people won't tell you. Your conscious mind, 40 to 100 bits per second. That's a pretty fast computer sometimes. But the subconscious mind, 4 to 10 million bits per second. Now who's in control? Who's got the programming? The operating system is built in the subconscious mind. And then you got the unconscious mind, which is taking in who knows how many billions or trillions of bits per second. So if Every room you walk into, that subconscious mind is boom, seeing that, even though you're not consciously looking at it. And in fact, you can consciously decide to look at all four of those walls, or 6 walls if you got one of those cool houses, geodesics, I believe they call them. Everywhere you go, put I am enough. I love myself because I am enough. And that's how I know that you're enough. And I love myself, and that's how I know you're allowed to love yourself. Bring it from the inside out, and the outside will bring it back in. It's a constant flowing yin-yang cycle. Yin-yang. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing so that we can empower every human on this planet to see their own light. You are enough. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, and namaskar.